Guys, welcome back. Imagine you are building a simple payment system. A user want to pay amount 5 and you have coins like 1, 2, 5. Now the question is how many different ways you can make this amount? Is it just one or two ways or more? I actually explained a real world bug related to this in short video. If you have not watched that, check the link in the description. And today we are solve this exact problem, coin change to step by step. Let's get started. Before jumping into code, let's quickly understand the example. Amount is equal to 5. Coins are 1, 2, 5. The possible ways are 5, 2 plus 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, and this. So the total ways are 4. And for every DP problem, I follow 3 simple steps. Step 1. Represent problem in terms of index. Step 2. Try all possible choices. Step 3. Combine the results. Step 1 is represent problem in terms of index. Now let's define our recursion function. We need to answer how many ways can I form the remaining amount using coins starting from a given index. So our function becomes f of index comma remaining, where index is which coin we are currently at and the remaining is amount left to form. If we have coins array of 1, 2, 5 and index is at 1 and amount is 5, then if we took 1 5 times, then the amount will be 5. Similarly, there are other cases. Step 2 will be try all possibilities. At every index we have two choices. Either take the coin. So if I take the coin, remaining amount decreases, but index stays same because we have infinite supply. So the function become f of index comma remaining minus coins of index. This is the most important part. We don't move index because we can reuse the same coin. Now we have another choice, not take the coin. If we skip the coin, we move to next index. So that will be f of index plus 1 comma remaining. Step 3. Combine the results. We are asked to find the number of combination. So we simply add both choices, take plus not take. We have to find the base cases. Now let's handle the base cases. If remaining is equal to 0, then we return 1. We found one valid way. Case 2. If index equal to coins size, then we simply return 0. No coins left, but amount is still remaining. Now that we understand the complete recursion trail, let's move to code and implement this step by step. First, we create our main function that will be return of f0 index amount and coins. Now let's write the recursive function int f of int index comma int remaining comma vector of int and coins. First base cases, so that will be if remaining equal to 0, then we return 1. If index equal to coins dot size, then we return 0. Now let's define our choices. Int take equal to 0. If we take the coin, if coins of index less than equal to remaining, as we are taking the coin, so we have to write a function that will be f of index remaining minus coins of index, as I have told before, comma coins. If we don't take it, then f of index plus 1 comma remaining comma coins. Finally, we combine the results, that will be return of take plus non-take. At each index we are making a decision. Take the coin, stay at the same index, skip the coin, move forward. And by exploring all possibilities, we count total number of ways to form the amount. Now let's run this code. As you can see, we have successfully compiled this program. Now if we look at the time complexity, at every index you have two choices, take, non-take. So it behaves like two choices, two choices, two choices. That's why it grows exponentially. So the time complexity will be bigger of 2 to the power n, which is exponentially, and space complexity will be bigger of amount. Now let's see what's the problem in this solution. So if I took f of 0 and 5, then there will be scenario where we take the coin and not take the coin. So that will be f of 0 of 4 and f of 0 of f of 1 comma, and similarly if f of 0 4 we have f of 0 3 1 and 4. Similarly in f5 1 5 we have f of 1 and 4 and f of 2 and 4, 2 and 5. So as you can see, f of 4 and here f of 4 will calculate 2 times. So to remove this repetition, we store result in a DP array, and this is called memoization. If you understand this recursion clearly, DP becomes extremely easy because DP is just optimized recursion. Now before doing any computation, we check if the answer is already stored. If yes, we simply return it. This avoids repeating the same work. Let's update our code. First we add the DP array, that will be int of DP 300 and 5000. Since we are given the constraint, as you can see, the coin length is 300 and coins I is less than equal to 5000. Now inside this function we add another code, which is if DP of index remaining is not equal to -1, we return the DP of index remaining. Now we initialize the DP array with -1 value, so that will be DP of DP -1 and size of DP. Then we compute take and non-take just like before. As you can see here, we have computed take and then non-take. And finally, instead of returning directly, we store the results. So that will be DP of index remaining. So now every state is computed only once. Whenever the same state appears, again we reuse the stored result instead of recomputing it. This removes the exponential behavior. Now the time complexity becomes bigger of n into amount, because n possible indices, amount possible remaining values, and each state is computed only once. As you can see, we have successfully compiled this program and each state is computed only once. Memoization is just recursion with memory. In the next step, we will convert this into tabulation, which is most important approach for interviews. We have to take DP size as 300 and 5001, otherwise it will be failed. Till now we solved coin change 2 using recursion and memoization, but in interviews tabulation is more preferred. So let's convert this step by step. First I will remove recursion completely, no function call, no stack. Now we will solve this bottom up using our DP table. We take size of the vector, that will be n equal to coins dot size, and we take a 2D vector, that will be vector of vector int DP of n plus 1 comma vector of int amount plus 1, and we initialize it with 0. Base case stays the same. If remaining is 0, there is exactly one way. So the for int I equal to 0, I less than equal to n, I plus plus dp of I 0 equal to 1. Now we replace recursion with dp transition. For int index equal to n minus 1, index less than greater than equal to 0, index minus minus, and we do one more loop, that will be remaining equal to 0 and remaining less than equal to amount remaining plus plus, and we take int take equal to 0 and check if coins of index is less than equal to remaining. Then we take the value, like take equal to dp of index remaining minus coins of index. Now we take the non-take, that will be non-take, and dp of index plus 1 remaining, and dp of index remaining, and that will be take plus non-take. In take we stay at the same index and reduce remaining, and in non-take we move to the next index. The dp of index depends on dp of index plus 1, so we fill from bottom to top. Final answer will be at dp of 0 amount. Let's run this code. We have to take the long instead of int. Now there is one more important issue you might face. If you run this code, you may get a runtime error integer overflow. This happens because the number of combination can become very large and int cannot store such big values. So the fix is simple. We use long instead of int for our dp array. This ensures that even large values are handled safely. Now let's optimize space from 2D to 1D. So we initialize the vector of int dp of amount plus 1 and initialize with 0, and we initialize the dp of 0 as 1, and we write that for int coins for int I equal to coin I less than equal to amount I plus plus, and we initialize it with dp of I plus equal to dp of I minus coin, and we simply remove this code and return dp of amount. Now let's run this code. Here we face same problem that we faced previously. Since the number of combination can get very large, I am using unsigned long to safely handle bigger values and avoid overflow. So to summarize, we moved from recursion to tabulation and then to the optimized solution. If you understand this flow, DP will start making sense. Stay connected for more problems.